What's up, guys? That really gross guy here. We are back, and I very quickly wanted to talk to you guys today about what we can expect in the mainline update that should be coming this week, and that is after a forum post that was put up on the Warframe forums. And it's fairly interesting because we are now going to learn about some of the special mods that are coming our way. They were talked about in one of the recent dev streams or prime times or something, where they talked about an aura mod called Power Donation, which actually reduces your own power strength and also increases your allies' power strength. So it's kind of like you sacrifice some and your teammates get some as well. But there are a total of 6 mods that we know of now that are going to be coming out in this update, and I kind of wanted to mention those, as well as also just mention the other small changes that are happening in this update as well. So just quickly to go over the smaller stuff, there are going to be 12, we had 12 gear slots for the gear wheel. We are now going to have the spiral gear wheel, so we have a lot more gear slots, which is pretty nice. We are going to see the infinite arcwing usage come our way. We are going to see apparently new melee weapons. I'm not too sure what these are going to be. However, I do recall... Oh, actually, the dev stream, I know at least there's going to be like a special Corpus Glaive, I think? Was that in the dev stream, or was that all the way back at TennoCon? Or both, I don't know. Anyways, there was that. There is the A, B, and C configurations for the operators, which I am really excited about, because I want to give a little bit of a change to my operator without ruining my awesome Oricon operator itself, as well as when the Tennogen stuff comes around. That's going to be a good way for me to explore that new Tennogen operator option, so that's cool. And I think that's about it, other than, oh well, of course, kind of the mainline thing is the arbitrations, which are those elite alerts that we're going to be running, which makes you have a single life, and it's an endless with special rewards, which is going to be interesting for us to play. I think they come around every hour or so, which is going to be pretty cool. This is going to be geared more towards experienced players. I don't want to say veterans, because some of you guys, you know, have been playing for 200 hours instead of the 2,000 hours that I've been playing, and you guys are already pretty well versed in the game, so I don't want to say veteran. Anyways, when it comes to the mods, of course, like I mentioned, the Power Donation Aura, which is going to remove 30% of your power strength and give 30% to your teammates. And of course, that works the other way around, is if your teammates have it, you will actually benefit from this, which is pretty nice. One thing that I am concerned about, number one, is anyone who is running a Speedva, so a Nova with negative duration. If other teammates put this on, it's actually going to make your Speedva more of a Slova, which is unfortunate, but that's something you're going to have to, number one, look out for. And if you're teaming up with people you know, and you want to run a Speedva, you'll have to let them know that you do not want this aura mod on there. However, as a Nova, if you are doing a speed build, this is a good mod for you to personally use on your setup, because you will now get even more power, or even less power strength, I guess you should say, so even faster enemies with your molecular prime, so that's pretty cool. But a lot of frames are going to benefit from this, so I think it's a positive. It's just I can see where it could mess with a build such as like a Speedva. But anyways, moving over to Sharpshooter is going to be a sniper aura, which is going to give you 15 energy on a headshot kill, and I'm assuming that's at its full, full strength is the 15 energy, which sounds pretty good. But running a sniper build and trying to get headshots in every single thing, while it's doable, it depends on if you're a sniper or not. If you love running snipers, this is for you. If you're someone who does not like running snipers, I don't know if this will convince you to change the way you play the game. So anyways, after that is going to be Cautious Shot. It's a unique mod, and I think what it means by that is these explosive mods. So it says 90% less self-damage, so any of those explosive weapons that can get yourself killed, like the lens, which is pretty cool, is going to actually not be able to do much damage to you whatsoever. Like I said, 90% less is a huge decrease, but it also does 30% less total damage, which is kind of a buzzkill because, you know, the lens is a phenomenal weapon. And yes, a lot of people get themselves killed with the lens, but I also don't want to decrease my damage. So this one might be kind of a miss when it comes to aura mods. But I don't know. If you have a reason to use it, let me know. Some of these I might not be thinking of a proper use for them, so just throw that out there and give me a heads up. I mean, the lens does so much damage. 30% less still is probably going to one-shot a lot of the stuff on the map, so it is what it is. Okay, so we got 3 more. Vigorous Swap is a Warframe aura, which is going to, every time you equip a weapon, so you switch between your weapons, you are going to increase your damage for 3 seconds at a total amount of 165%, which is a significant amount. However, 3 seconds isn't the longest time, so this is going to be more of a weapon swap build if you're kind of bouncing back and forth trying to get your max damage out. I suppose you could pull this out, but it also does increase your holster speed by 100%. So now if you're pulling out a weapon such as the lens, which, like I said, does a ton of damage, and it takes a little too long because it's kind of a heavier weapon, it'll now come out at pretty much 100%. It'll come out 100% faster, and you'll have that opportunity to do that 165% extra much easier than you used to. So anyways, rolling guard. This one sounds pretty interesting because it says on dodge. So when you dodge, and I'm assuming that, I don't know if that's a roll or if it's one of those like sideways dodges or backhand somersault type deals. I'm assuming it's those. It says on dodge, become invulnerable for 3 seconds and remove all status effects. However, it does have a 7-second cooldown, which is, that sounds pretty awesome to me. For someone who likes to roll around and be a like a run-and gunner, and I like to stay on the ground a lot, this is something that I would probably see myself using, especially for instances like bombards, because you can roll away from like a bombard rocket, but if it homes in and you're still a little unlucky, that thing will take you out, you know. But if you're invulnerable for those 3 seconds after you roll, you can still take that hit, still take that damage, and be okay. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about this one? Like I said, it's a 7-second cooldown, but to be invulnerable for 3 seconds every 7 seconds, and have your status effects removed, like I said, fire or slash procs and stuff like that to be removed, that sounds good. That sounds actually really good. So, I'm interested in that. And then lastly, adaptation. When damaged, you'll receive a increase of 10% resistance to that damage type for 20 seconds. That's a long time. 20 seconds is quite a while to have a damage resist buff. And it stacks up to 90%. So let's say you're standing out there and you're just getting blasted by a heavy gunner. That heavy gunner is doing, you know, all sorts of, you know, slash damage or something like that. So if you're getting bombarded by that slash damage and you can build up that 10% resistance to that damage, you now have like 20 seconds. Like I said, heavy gunner is probably going to put a lot of damage on you very quickly. So if you can stack that up to 90% and see a 90% decrease in slash to that heavy gunner, it's almost like while you stand there and take damage, you're just literally nerfing the enemy's damage output, and that sounds pretty cool. Maybe it's not as good as it sounds, but to me right now, it sounds like a good mod. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Let me know if you found or can think of any really cool uses for any of these abilities. I would greatly appreciate it, but that is going to be it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something, and I hope you're excited for some of this content coming out, because I know I am. Content drought, unfortunately, exists, but I think we got some good stuff coming. So, see you guys in the next episode. Blah!